I would say soil is really important, and understanding soil and what kind of soil you have and what it needs. Here we have sandy soil, so I definitely had my challenges. And I'd say what I was missing in my early years is I wasn't fertilizing enough. And looking at other farmers that are really successful, they're fertilizing the heck out of their plants.
Right,
man.
they're feeding them.
They are.
You gotta feed your babies, man.
Yeah, they're doing a liquid fertilizer every week, at least every 2 weeks.
Wow.
So I think that's one thing we've been missing. We've always grown greens and root vegetables really well here, but the fruit has been harder because of the sunlight and not fertilizing enough. So we've really opened up the sunlight in the south side.
Okay.
And I've been using a lot more both slow release fertilizer like the Garden Tone, like granulated, and then liquid fertilizer, so they can get nutrients right when I see a deficiency or right when I start seeing slow growth. Business wise, by COVID, we're doing really well because people value local produce more. They saw that there were shortages in the grocery stores, and so people are relying more on their local farmers because they know we're going to be here. They know they're going to be able to call us. And Red Hills, our main farmers market, they've gone from $250,000 worth of sales in 1 year to 1 million. They're projecting 1 million.
Wow.
So we've quadrupled our sales on Red Hills as a collective of farmers.
That's awesome.
So I think there's a lot of opportunity now.
Awesome.
And we just need to grow stuff.
Facts.
You know, we need to grow popular stuff, but at this point we can just grow stuff.
Right.
And
they want that dependability.
There's demand.
They want that dependability, that quality.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And people are looking for new things to try.
Awesome.
So us as permaculturists, we can really diversify. And so that's why we're experimenting with moringa or the slippery cabbage, or we can check out the roselle in a second.
Awesome.
And just learning from some of the bigger farmers like Turkey Hill and how they've really utilized some of these more southern or Caribbean island species.
Awesome, man.
This was just a bunch of azaleas and like some invasive species.
Okay.
And Bergen and I, last year, we sheet mulched this whole area.
Nice.
And Bergen planted salvia and pineapple sage. We have ginger, marigolds, and these roselle. And we've actually been selling the roselle leaves as greens.
Wow.
And the pods as a cranberry substitute or for hibiscus tea.
Okay.
And now all the pods you see left are for saving seeds.
Awesome. Because
we want to grow a lot more and we want to share seeds. So yeah, this is the flower garden. And this is where a lot of butterflies hang out.
Cool.
Especially like the pineapple sage.
Nice. Whoa. This is y'all's ginger popping?
Yeah, these are all ornamental ginger.
Okay.
I've been saving seeds for about 7 years now. I've kept my Seminole pumpkin line going.
There you go.
We just ate Seminole pumpkins for early Thanksgiving.
Nice.
And whenever I eat my personal Seminole pumpkins, I try to select the genetics I want. So I'm looking for a big hump on top where there's a lot more pumpkin meat. And I'm looking for, you know, good disease resistance and stuff like that.
Nice.
And then I'll grow them out next year. And I learn every year how to grow them better. I'd say this year was not a good Seminole pumpkin year, but I was still able to grow enough to sell some, share some with family, and eat some.
There you go.
So now I'm saving Seminole pumpkin, roselle, and broccoli seeds.
Awesome.
And we have a lot of self-seeding things, which I prefer even more. Things that naturalize or come back every year.
Right.
So arugula and broccoli come back every year.
Awesome. So save your seeds, everybody.
Yeah. You might not have seed companies, or our example of with COVID, the seed companies ran out of a lot of different varieties because it wasn't just the producers buying seeds. Everybody is hoarding seeds because they were worried that they needed to grow their own garden.
Right.
So some of the seed companies were like, actually, we need our repeat customers to buy seeds first.
Right.
And so we couldn't get some seeds. I'm glad I had some from last season. So we have arugula. Arugula is one of my favorite crops.
Nice.
I've already harvested this arugula twice.
Nice.
And it grows back every week.
Nice.
So I really enjoy growing arugula in these hugelkultur beds. You can see this rotting wood.
Awesome.
I don't even water these beds.
Whoa.
So I water these beds to get them to germinate, and
Right.
then after that, the greens just keep coming up. They don't really need a lot of moisture.
Awesome.
And the hugelkultur really retains the moisture.
Awesome.
And this is a comfrey plant. So comfrey is considered a biodynamic mineral accumulator. And what we do with the comfrey is compost it, add it to compost tea, or chop and drop it.
Awesome.
And it has a lot of potassium in it for your fruiting vegetables.
That's awesome.
So this is how I do it. You can just rip it off. The plant doesn't mind. Get it off these arugula a little bit.
Right.
And then I'll put it on this orange tree.
There you go.
So this is a fertilizer that'll help us produce more fruit.
Awesome.
Yeah. That stuff's juicy. Here we have our turmeric beds. I harvested a lot of turmeric from here.
Nice.
I harvested this whole bed and then I replanted the plants.
Nice.
They're gonna need a little bit more watering, but the soil's really moist in this bed because it's like pure mushroom compost almost.
Nice. Nice.
And the turmeric were huge in that bed. I only found one plant that had a lot of like fungus growing inside the turmeric. It looked like white mycelium.
Oh wow.
So that was kind of weird. And I think turmeric can get too wet.
Oh wow.
So I'm glad that we have sandy soil to kind of balance the hugelkultur.
Right.
And then we have the turmeric growing underneath and the moringa growing over top.
There you go.
So we're stacking our canopy
Nice.
here. And then if we go into here, we have citrus trees. And this is a pawpaw.
Oh wow.
So I'm trying to produce pawpaw. They're like a native plant that tastes like a banana and a mango
Awesome.
crossed. These are all citrus trees. We have a tangerine back here. I don't even know what this is. Like I have to figure out what fruit this is now.
Wow.
This is the first fruit this tree produced.
Wow. It's a present.
These definitely look like a tangelo or a tangerine.
Nice.
And then more pawpaw, and then I planted prickly pear cactus. So these are purple prickly pear. I produced a lot at my mom's house this year.
Nice.
And they're like fruit this big, they're super purple, full of antioxidants.
Nice.
Now I'm just trying to figure out how to market them because they have prickles all over them.
Wow.
But I enjoy stacking the canopy, and this might keep the deer out a little bit more.
There you go.
So this is the herb spiral. My roommate made this with used tile and bricks.
Nice.
And it's basically just a golden ratio spiral.
Nice.
With right now we have roselle. This is a type of oregano here, a variegated oregano.
Nice.
And we also have kumquats in here and blueberries.
Wow.
But we've tried a lot of different herbs in here. It seems like we have pineapple sage, lemon balm, and oregano as herbs in here right now.
Nice.
Yeah, so we just keep planting this, and whatever survives keeps on thriving.
Nice.
So here we have the Southside production field. I dug all this up by hand. This was just a thicket of woods, and it was like a bunch of different hugelkultur beds, but in the last 2 years I've consolidated all the beds into 50-foot rows. So I'm trying to make 50-foot rows standardized at 40-inch wide, so eventually I can have a tractor work here pattern as I have chickens clearing the next section and the goats are clearing the woods beyond that.
Nice.
So we kind of have a system where the goats come in, they clear part of the forest, the chickens come in, enrich the soil more, and pick through the goat leavings. And then I start to, after the chickens have been there, I wait 3 months and then I start to make the beds.
Awesome.
So here we have mustard greens radishes, kale,
Wow.
lettuce, and turnips.
That's awesome, man.
And I grew a lot of lettuce here last year. So this is what we call the production field, and this is where I try to focus my efforts.
Awesome.
Thanks for coming out to the Treehouse Permaculture Farm, guys. Check out our YouTube. We also have an urban farm where I got my start and where my parents live. And check out all of Kip's awesome videos. We both go to the farmers market together, and together farmers can form a farming community and provide more local food to the community and create an abundance. Stay tuned and take care.